Craig and
I got an MRI to go through.
So
I got to get
but number 5, the NCAA is John Behan. He ain't no law. Or,
is he the one with the little...
Yeah, a little bowler.
Picture's right
There's
there.
him right there. He's the one who was the sheriff.
Yeah.
And, you know, I met the sheriff. Oh, Behan, he ain't no law. And then, you're all under arrest.
Yeah.
And he said, I'm not going to let you arrest us today.
I don't think I'm going to let you arrest us today, Behan.
Yeah.
He's walked away.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, corrupt, empty suit. Yeah, I mean, that describes the NCAA to a T, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. On the take. Number 4, Deion Sanders is Doc Holliday.
I'm your Huckleberry.
Here's the deal. Deion will say anything to anybody at any time. Although I'm thinking, I had to think about this in 1,000 different ways, because you could put almost any character into these next 4 that you wanted to, depending on your perspective on the situation.
Right.
It depends on who you think the good guys and bad guys are. So I took the tack that Nick Saban is the bad guy here. Now, I don't think there's...
Is your A&M blood interfering with that
No, because I
decision?
thought it was funnier this way.
All right.
Look, I'm mad at Jimbo Fisher. Right. I'm a jilted bride when it comes to him.
Yeah, you're right.
But
funniest part is that in real history, Doc Holliday was not that good of a guy. Neither was Wyatt Earp, quite frankly.
Yeah, they were kind of
all good guys in real life.
Everybody in this was kind of shady, to varying degrees.
Yeah.
So this is kind of an appropriate thing.
I don't need to know.
Yeah, I mean, Doc Holliday was a gambler who was married to a prostitute named Big Nose Kate.
I like Doc Holliday.
Yeah. But look, Deion Sanders will say wild things. He's quick, you know, and he almost lost a foot this year, so he's kind of sickly. So
I'm not laughing about that.
No, but I mean, there's all that. Plus, you know, even though like there's a lot of people who don't like Deion Sanders, but like Deion Sanders, much like the people in Tombstone, they kind of like or don't like Doc. You know, depending on where your shades are, even the Doc only had one friend. You know, I think Deion has more than that, but it just kind of fits to me like that because also, let's just admit it, on the cool factor of all this, the actual coolest person in this is Deion, and Doc Holliday is the coolest person in that movie.
Yeah,
right,
I would
that's
say
your favorite character, right?
Yeah. It is. Probably one of my favorite movie characters, if not the most favorite of all time. Yeah. But Deion, when Doc didn't talk a whole lot, but when he talked, you listened. And when he called you out on something, you went, oh, wait a second. I think Saban did that a little bit last night when Deion started popping off about, his son showing him that tweet of the video. So, yeah, I can see Deion as Doc, kind of a, some love him, some hate him, like you said, but I don't think many mess with him.
Yeah. Number 3, and the only reason I put this is the only coach I could see saying, all right, Lunger, let's do it, is Lane Kiffin. Like he's the only guy I would see just popping off and saying that. But yeah, he's Johnny Ringo, wild, fast, loose, mad, but I don't know, kind of crazy at times. I mean, Ringo was kind of crazy all the time.
What was the word? And I know what was they're at that poker table and Ringo and and Doc Holliday are going at it. And
in Vino
he
Veritas.
tells his girlfriend, maybe his wife about, it reminds me of me. No, I hate him.
Yeah, I really hate him. Yeah, and that's kind of maybe where it is. Yeah, he reminds me of me. Yeah, I really hate him. Just like Deion Sanders and Lane Kiffin may get along. I don't know, who knows. But, they are, crafty and shoot off in the mouth sometimes. So
yeah, I mean he carries a quick pistol and is a little bit of a tweener, more of a bad guy than he is a good guy, and I think that'd probably be. I don't know. I think the opinions though have changed about Lane Kiffin over the last couple of years in a pretty dramatic way. But I know he does have his detractors.
You think
still
because he's winning?
No, I think just because he pops off a lot and he upsets the establishment.
Yeah.
And, a lot of Alabama fans, do respect him because of his time there, but I think they also are probably starting to learn to not like him as much now. But I would say more of Johnny Ringo is just that he's not afraid to talk. The only thing is, and he's a badass, but the only thing is eventually he's going to run to a Doc Holliday who's going to call him out on it. And that hasn't happened yet. But, and that also didn't happen in real life, but that's okay. That was all made up. Yep. But yeah, I mean, he pops off, and he's somebody that a lot of people, are I guess not fearful of, but he's got something to him.
There's several more working theories about how Johnny Ringo died, and
nobody knows for sure.
Nobody knows for sure, but pretty much was not Doc Holliday.
He was found where he was found. Like that part of the movie was accurate as far as he was found like the nestle of a tree. And you can actually go see that place, and all that's true. But as far as how he died and who did it, there's a lot of different theories. But it wasn't the proof says that it was not Doc Holliday.
Yeah. Number 2, Nick Saban is Curly Bill. Here's the deal. He's the founder of the feast, and also given the way, actually right here in this scene, that Curly Bill dies, thinks he's got Wyatt surrounded, is laughing, and then Wyatt just says, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, Curly Bill and the Cowboys were having their way with things, and eventually they ran into the wrong crew or pissed off the wrong people, and they fought back. And maybe that's Deion Sanders is the part of the group of Holiday and Kilmer and all those guys that are going to fight back against Saban. But yeah, he's kind of been the establishment, the leader of the bad guys, if you will. And I think that's fitting. Curly Bill, he's in a bit of a fight. He's been able to intimidate a lot of people, but I think there's finally some people now that are not that intimidated any longer.
Yeah. And number 1, Jimbo Fisher is Wyatt Earp. And I say this because of the way he reacted. You tell him I'm coming.
Yeah.
And hell's coming with me, you hear?
Yeah.
Hell's coming with me. That's exactly how he reacted in the press conference today. Now, whether or not he's really Wyatt Earp, and you can flip this every which way you want to, based, again, on your perspective of who you think is more right and wrong in this. But I went this way, so it worked, because I did spend about 20 minutes a day. Like, I could apply this logic to almost any character in this. I could pull out an Ike Clanton.
Yeah, that's who I wanted to be a part of.
I just didn't. Here's the thing. I didn't want to.
He's a run guy.
There's a lot of people who I would like. Brian Kelly could be Ike Clanton. I don't know, but he didn't say anything yet, so I don't know.
Who is it in college football that starts a fight and runs every time?
Texas is Ike Clanton.
Yeah,
but. Yeah, I don't know. They're not in this feud yet.
Yeah, I'd say he's Wyatt Earp just from the standpoint, like you said, tell him I'm coming, hell's coming with me, and not backing down from Curly Bill, a.k.a. Nick Saban, but obviously not a through and through all the way perfect angel himself, would be fair to say. So I think that applies. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good, man. I mean, I wouldn't have known where to really start with that, but I think that's pretty fitting, all 5 of those.
It's good that I've seen this movie well over 100 times.
The other day, just the other day, and I'll text Craig, hey, on AMC, whatever, Tombstone. It's like the 417th time, or John Wick 1, 2, or 3, or Equalizer. I'll sit there and I'll start watching it again.
Let me read a couple of the ones that we were sent in. TJ said, Saban has to be Wyatt. Seldom talks, but when he does, he means what he says. Usually comes out on top. Lane Kiffin is Doc just because he makes me laugh and he's random as hell. Jimbo is like Ike Clanton. He kind of hangs around spouting off, but mainly because I don't like him. And TJ is a Longhorn fan. Don Fortenberry says, I would break it down like this. I'll boost Lane's ego and let him be Wyatt. Now for the good stuff. Saban is Doc Holliday. Jimbo is Johnny Ringo. Can't you see Saban telling Johnny, I'm your Huckleberry? So
yeah, that's right.
I mean, I could see that, but he did the exact opposite of that today. He, if anything, tucked tail and ran, and I'm sure some Bama fan will take that the wrong way, but he backed down from his comments. There's no denying that. I didn't mean that. That was taken the wrong way. That's not what I said. All of that. That was a big running backwards press conference or whatever statement or interview, I guess. Yeah, interview that Saban did. He walked a lot back of what he had said just, that we discovered last night. So, you could go a lot of different ways, I'm sure. But, I think that's a good list, Paul.
Real quick, go ahead.
Brian Etheridge says, Jimbo's McMaster's getting drugged behind that horse that's actually an elephant.
Oh, my God. Hutch, I'm going to go with Fisher as Sheriff Behan. Lane Kiffin has to be Doc Holliday from Desert Bear on the site.
Yeah, Lane is Doc. I mean, he does kind of pop off and, say some things, and he's not really afraid to say that. So, I could see that be very fitting as well.
And then there's a couple of others as well. In that case, I think you have about 11 Ike Clantons in this movie. Grin and Bear on the site as well. Does Mike Leach get involved as Johnny Ringo? Huh?
No.
Mike Leach, to me, I don't know where he fits in that movie. There's not really a character for him.
And here's fine. We'll wrap it up with CNC. Curly Bill is Saban. Everyone hates a dynasty. Johnny Ringo is Kirby Smart, next in line, second most powerful, feared person at the beginning of the movie. Married couple at the beginning of the movie, Clark Lee and Drinkwitz. Virgil Earp is Pittman at Arkansas. Old dog, very wise, longtime position coach turned sheriff head coach. Johnny Tyler, Lane Kiffin talks a big game. Always a lot of hype.
Get slapped
Plus
up.
a bunch of whatever. Sheriff Behan is Fisher, like to lay down the law, just doesn't like following the law. And then finally, no one is cool enough to be Doc, and no one honorable enough to be Wyatt Earp. There's no law and order in the SEC. There's many others. Thanks for all those. Couldn't get to all of them, but thank you very much. All right, Levi Caraway's covering
Billy
Baylor.
Zane is Mike Leach.
Levi's covering Baylor and Oklahoma State.